a pipeline. If you wanted to be a landlord, for example, you could get a whole bunch of properties and create some sort of rental, renewable income, right? You could create that. You could go create different companies. I'm an entrepreneur. I've tried to create income through conventional business my entire life. One thing I didn't realize is that you can create pipelines and then someone can come over and take them from you. And that one sucked really bad. But anyway, but there are different ways that you can actually create this pipeline. Why doTERRA then? Well, the first thing is we have a 65% retention rate as opposed to a 13% retention rate of those of other network marketing companies. But I want to explain the difference between these numbers. The industry average retention rate is 13%. Now, I want you to all consider this for a moment. If you went out and you worked your butt off for a year, and you recruited a whole bunch of people to your team, and a year later, you had to replace 87% of them. Does this make anyone else want to shove bamboo shoots up their fingernails? That idea, like, that's terrible. I'd rather do that than build that. Have any of you, I don't know about here, but in the US, people have negative thoughts about network marketing sometimes? Yeah. Is that common here? Yeah. Or did you think that was just unique to here? I've heard that every time I come over here. The thing is you Americans will do anything. Over here, we're a little smarter than you people over there. I'm like, no. I promise you, we have our same hang-ups with network marketing, and the biggest reason why is because of that. Everybody goes around preaching the pipeline, living on the beaches of the world. You can do this, become real wealthy forever, and then a year later, you're replacing almost 90% of your team. That is terrible. So why then doTERRA, however, this number, 13%, that number actually is 13% of the people order at least once per year. With doTERRA, 65% of everyone who's ever signed up in doTERRA orders product at least once every 1 to 3 months. If you were to compare apples to apples, 80% of doTERRA's customers order at least once a year. So it's actually 80% to 13. That's why doTERRA. It actually has the capacity to be a pipeline. That's why it can, that's why we would choose doTERRA in that way. It's founded in 2008. This is a very new opportunity. When you consider that most of the people who are taking doTERRA seriously in Europe are sitting in this room, just consider the impact of what this can be. It makes me want to live here because I know what will happen in my home state, in the county that I live in. Just the county, there are hundreds of diamonds. 25% of everyone in the state of Utah uses doTERRA. 25%. So you think about that challenge. Hey, you want to come to a class? Yeah, my mom does it. Every time. When in Utah, if you go up to somebody and say, hey, have you ever heard of doTERRA? And they're like, do what? Hey, come here. You haven't heard of it? We love those people. Okay, so why make doTERRA your pipeline? Because it's going to have that type of penetration. Roger mentioned that this brand will become as well known as the others. I've seen it. I have seen that. When you consider that the fastest company in the history of the world to $1 billion in annual sales was Apple Computer. Apple Computer, fastest company to $1 billion in annual sales in the history of the world. Apple. doTERRA beats Apple by a year. Now, just consider for a moment: is Apple having an impact in Europe? How deep is the impact? doTERRA will have that kind of impact. Who then will position themselves in a way to take advantage of or to benefit from that kind of volume of sales? Someone's going to be the upline to that volume. Somebody is. And it all depends on if it's you. So it's your choice. I promise you it will be me. I will make sure that I'm part of that. I think that, what was the founders check in the US this last year? Founders, 160,000. There's still founder spots here in Europe available. Holy crap. See, now that may be an American phrase, in particular a Utah phrase, but anyway. but the fact that there are founder spots still available, in the US, 330 million people. The founders check was 160,000. Last year it was 80,000. You kind of see the pattern? Here in Europe, there's 750 million people. 3 times the population of the US, and there are still founder spots available. Do you guys understand this? What are you doing?
Working by ourselves.
Claim those spots. I want to give it up to a few founders in the room. Got Adam and Rosie. Give them a round of applause. Who else are founders here, Robert? Liz? Where's Liz? Liz Spencer. Give her a round of applause. Who? Oh my gosh. Will and Paul and...
Luzana.
Say your name again.
Luzana.
Okay, that's why I can't ever remember it.
Luzana, like
Luzana.
Louisiana. Like
like
city.
Louisiana.
Yes.
Luzana.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Louisiana, but like Louisiana, but doesn't sound anything like it. So Luzana. Well, anyway, Luzana and Will and Paul also founders. Give them a round of applause. Do you guys realize what you've done for your posterity? Good job. Do you have any comprehension of what this will mean? You'll be able to do and impact this world in whatever way you can dream of. Good job. Yes.
Founder Elena.
Elena?
Yes.
Who's she? Raise your hand. Another founder. Give her another hand. Honestly, I want to honor you. Yeah.
Ryan Keel.
Ryan? Kill?
Brian.
Brian. Good job, Brian. We're sitting in the presence of greatness. Alright, so, I'm not kidding. Good job. Alright, so how's doTERRA pipeline? Well, doTERRA compensates us in 5 ways. First is retail sales. You buy it at wholesale, you can sell it at retail, there's 25% margin. Is this a bucket or a pipeline? It's a bucket, which is why I just don't focus on this at all. In fact, I've probably made $200 total in retail sales in my time in doTERRA. The reason why is because I'm not interested in buckets. I'm through hauling buckets. I'm interested in the pipeline. So, the next way is this, the fast start bonus. We all get this, right? You sign somebody up, you sign someone up, you make 20% of anything they purchase in their first 2 months. If that person signs someone up, you're making 10, and if that person signs up, you're making 5. So let me just kind of give you an example. If I enrolled Catherine, I'd make 20% of anything Catherine bought in her first 2 months. If Catherine enrolled Luzana, then she would make 20%, I'd make 10. And if Luzana enrolled Karen, you would make 20, 10, and 5. Does that make sense to everybody? That's how that works. Is this a bucket or a pipeline? It is actually both. This, the 10 and 5, that's a pipeline. Every Friday, I receive a paycheck from doTERRA, and I'm not enrolling people every week. So how is it that I get a check? It's because of the enrollments of the people that I've enrolled. This 20%, however, that's a bucket. You get a 20% commission, it lasts 2 months, and it's based on your efforts. Okay? So that's both. This one, this is the power of 3. You enroll 3 people that are all on the loyalty rewards program with at least 100 PV. Those 3 people enroll 3, and they enroll 3 in the same pattern. You're going to receive how many euro?
1,200.
1,200 euro here. What's this? 200? 40, okay. Bucket or pipeline? This is a pipeline. You do the work, you establish the pipeline, you get paid every month that that happens. Okay? Now this one. This happens to be one of my favorite pipeline ways in doTERRA. In fact, it's my favorite. I love this one. I love the unilevel. If it was a person, I would enter into polygamy. I'm kidding. I really do love it though. The reason for that is because you get paid on 7 levels of referrals. Right here, you're going to get 2% of all the volume on level 1, 3% on level 2, 5% on levels 3 and 4, 6% on levels 5 and 6, and 7% on level 7. Now I want to point out something that's very interesting about this. This is the exact opposite to what other companies do. Other companies pay 7% up here instead of down here. 6% there, 5% there, 3 and 2. You make the most up close, and then the further away it gets, the less you make. If your team were to grow at 3 by 3 by 3, right? So 3 people, oops, that was not what I wanted. Right here, you enroll 3, they each enroll 3, they each enroll 3, so it looks something like this. 3, 9, 27. 3, 9, 27, 81, 243, 7, 29, 21, 87. That's how that would grow out. If each person were ordering about 150 pieces of product per month, your check would grow accordingly, upwards of 32,000 per month. Exact same size of organization, same sales, same everything. A person in another company would make $12,000, difference of $20,000 a month. In other words, when people come to you and say, how's the compensation plan in doTERRA? Tell them it's a great compensation plan. We have a phenomenal opportunity with doTERRA because of this. Now, this is obviously a pipeline, and like I said, I love it. It's really good. By the way, other things that you may want to consider. If you built a team that went 4, who get 4, who get 4, who get 4, you know what the paycheck would be? $212,000 a month. What if it was 6 who get 6, who get 6, who get 6? $1 million a month. Which is why I got my 6 teams. My goal is to have 6 presidential diamonds underneath of me. Why? Well, it's 6 who get 6 who start building that pattern. And since it's my pipeline, I can spend as much time on it as I want. I mean, yes, but what if it took you 20 years to do it? What if it did? Still worth it. I find it still worth it. $1 million a month, 20 years from now, it's still worth it. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I choose this. This is what I choose. Okay.
What if you just decided to stop? You know, I'm not going to work for a year.
Sweet. Done it. Well, not the year, but I've done 6 months before.
So you don't have to keep your eye on the ball constantly.
No, not if you do it right. Rod will show you. Not if you do it right. For example, last month, I had over 1,200 people join our team. I don't know who they are. I didn't have to keep my eye on the ball. That's just growing. Are you kind of jealous? I would be. Except Rod is not jealous. Because Rod is my upline and he has more than that. All right, last thing. This is the 5th way that you get paid. Basically, every month, doTERRA takes 2% of their company's sales. They put that in a pool, right? So every month, all the sales around the world goes into a pool. So all the sales happening in the U.S., you get paid for. All the sales happening in Australia, you get paid for. We all benefit from the growth of the company. So for example, this 2% goes into a pool. If you're a silver, they slice that up kind of like a pizza, right? And if you are a silver, you get 1 slice of that pie every month. If you're a gold, you get 5 of them. And if you're platinum, you get 10 of those slices. So a silver share would be about 150, a gold share would be about 750, and the platinum would be about 1,500 each month. Then the company takes another 1%, they stick it in this pool here. This is split up amongst diamonds, blue diamonds, and presidential diamonds. And then they take another 1% that's only shared amongst diamonds, another 1% that's only shared amongst blue, and another 1% that is only shared amongst presidential. So for example, if I'm a diamond in the company, I get 1 slice of this pie, 1 slice of that pie for a total of a $4,000 monthly bonus. Okay? Around there, it'll fluctuate based upon how many sales happen that month. If I'm a blue diamond, I get 1 slice of this, 2 slices of that for about a $12,000 monthly bonus. Diamonds are well off. Blue diamonds make a lot of money. Presidentials, they get 1 slice of this, 3 of that for a total of about $35,000 a month. Are we ready for this or what? All right, now let's go to the next one. So how do you get to these ranks? Well, by the way, this is a pipeline. This one I like as well. In fact, I love this one as well. And I would marry it also. Okay, so here's an executive. executive does 2,000 in overall volume. An elite does 3,000 overall volume. And a premier does 5,000. I want to just point out something though. At a premier, you have to have 5,000 in overall volume, but you have to have 2 executive teams. So I signed up 1 person. I did not have the second elite executive leg, and that person did $1 million in volume. You would still be an elite, unless you signed up another team that did 2,000. I have this on my team. I have a person that sits on top of 500,000 OV every month, and is still an elite. She's my sister-in-law, and I placed a diamond underneath of her, somewhere underneath of her. And guess who is her favorite brother-in-law in the world? Me. It's changed her life. But anyway, you kind of see the benefits of that. All right, now, a silver then is the next rank. So a silver has 3 elites. Average income of a silver is $2,200. Gold has 3 premiers. Average income of a gold is $48. Platinum, 3 silvers. Now look at this. I want to just point out something here. Right here, as a silver, you help your 3 leaders become elite. Those same 3 people become premier, you become gold. Those same 3 people then advance to silver, you become platinum. The key to this business, a lot of people go, how many people you got to sign up? You don't have to sign up that many. You have to find 3 committed people and help them be successful. You get all the way to platinum. So then if you add a 4th team, you can become diamond. Average income of a diamond is $16,900. Gold, or blue diamond has 5 golds. And a presidential diamond has 6 platinums. Okay. Now, how does a diamond think? I've seen a lot of people work very hard in their doTERRA business, but because they're not thinking correctly, they actually aren't succeeding. How a person thinks is much, much, much more important than what it is that they do. If a person fixes their thoughts, their actions will come in line with their thoughts. It's not about putting in the work, even though that's important. It's more about getting your head right. Understanding how a diamond thinks. So the first thing is diamonds invest instead of counting hours. If you still have the opinion of, I put this many hours in and I'm not getting the return that I'm expecting, it's because you are expecting your pipeline to pay you like a bucket. Does that make sense? I want to go and do the work, and I want to get paid as if I just hauled a bucket. Well, guess what? You're building a pipeline. It doesn't work that way. Could you imagine the person hauling buckets, and then they get out there, they start digging the trench for the pipeline, and they go, I haven't been paid yet. You're right. You're just laying pipe. Your eye is on the payment of the future. Don't expect your pipeline to pay you like a bucket. Invest. Don't count the hours. Does that make sense? I never have counted hours in doTERRA. How much time do I put in it? As much as it needs. I put in what I can, and I put in what it needs. That's how I do it. I don't ever count the hours because I always have my eye on the prize, which is a pipeline. Second thing, they understand the value of a pipeline. Pipeline money is worth more than bucket money. Pipeline money is worth more than bucket money. For example, I could go out and create $50 just like that. My daughter could go create $50 like that. She could go babysit for some people and create $50. What she's doing is she's trading her time for dollars. In fact, when I was going to school early on, when I was like 22, I was going to school with the intent to be a dentist. I read this book that talked about the buckets and pipeline theory, and I went, holy crap, I'm going to school to haul buckets. I had no passion for tartar or gingivitis or cavities, I had no passion for that. I just wanted what I thought was a good living, which that was made. Then I realized if I'm not there drilling teeth, I'm not making money. You guys, attorneys, what are they called here? Solicitors? So solicitors here have billable what? Hours. They may make a lot of money, but they have to put in the hours. They can never walk away. So there's a difference between bucket money and pipeline money. For example, how much capital would you have to have invested in an account that's earning 5% in order for you to receive the type of income we've been discussing. This right here is the most disrespected bonus in the entire company. How long would it take you to create $50, like this organization right here? That. It took you 2 months? A month or two? Yeah. It may take you a while to find 3 people who love the products enough to order them every month on a loyalty rewards order. But how much is that $50 worth? Well, that would be the value of $12,000 invested in an account that's earning 5%. Now, I don't know about you, but in the U.S., nothing's earning 5% right now. I mean, it's kind of the opposite going on. But let's say that you had an account, an investment account that was earning 5%, and you invested $12,000 into that account, it would pay you $50 a month. Does that make sense? Now, if it took you, let's say that it took you 3 months to build this organization right here, you have 2 options. You can go and build this, or you can save $4,000 every month for 3 months. Which would you prefer? Which is easier? Which makes more sense? How about that one? $250. That's worth $60,000 invested in an account earning 5%. What if it took you 6 months to build that organization right there? That's like investing $10,000 a month for 6 months. I'm going to give you 2 options. You can build this organization right here, or you can save $10,000 every month for 6 months. Which would you prefer? Now, when a diamond gets this, so let's say that it took you 6 months to get here, and you're getting a $250 check each month, and someone comes up to you and says, "Oh, you sure have been working hard to doTERRA business. What you making?" $250 a month. Loser. Knew it wouldn't work. Right? Actually, I created a $60,000 asset in 6 months. That's what I created. I created a pipeline worth $60,000 invested at 5%, paid me $250 a month. That's the value of the work I just put in. And diamonds get this. We understand that you put in the work, and that this type of pipeline money is worth $60,000. What about a silver organization? That is worth $528,000 invested. What if it took you a year to get there? What if you worked hard for a year to get there? Well, that's worth $44,000 per month. Now, I'm assuming, does anybody in this room actually have the ability to put $44,000 a month into an account for every month for a year? Anybody? Rob Richardson. Why, yes, you can. But since you can't, I'm going to give you a different scenario. What if you came to work for me and you said, "Seth, I want a job, but I'm sick of the buckets. I'm not hauling buckets anymore." And I'd say, "Okay, I got a deal for you. Let's set up a retirement account in your name. And every month that you do the job, the activities of the job, I'm going to place $44,000 into this retirement account every month that you do these things. You'll never have access to that money, but you'll always have access to the interest. You'll get 5% of whatever's in that account." Would you take that job? Would you? I'm actually curious. No one's shaking their head. I think I would. Someone came to you and said, "I'm not going to pay you. I'm just going to put $44,000 into your retirement account each month you work for me." Get this? Well, that's what's happening. You worked for a year to create a silver organization. That's like someone putting $44,000 a month into your retirement account. What do you need to do? Teach classes, member overviews, business overviews, and mentor others. That's what you need to do. Boy, that's, on second thought, that sounds pretty hard. Never mind. I'll go back to home buckets. Let's look at this. That organization right there, a diamond's worth $4 million. Let's say that it took you 4 years to build. Is $84,000 a month in your retirement account worth it? Yeah, totally. Let's go here. This blue diamond, that's worth almost $10 million invested at 5%. If it took you 6 years to build that, It's like someone putting 138 grand into your retirement account each month. You see this? Who decides? Who decides how much someone's putting in your account each month? Who decides this? You do. The minute you decide to be diamond, you choose it. Look at a presidential diamond. That's worth $27 million. A $27 million investment. Now, I got to tell you a story. When I got back from Ireland last summer, I returned home in August. A couple weeks after I got home, I had a friend of mine give me a call. He said, hey, I got a job offer for you. It's a big company. I thought, okay, I'll go check it out. Went in there, they offered me the job and showed me what I'd make. I was going to make $500,000 a year. I went home and talked to my wife, Jenny. I said, Jenny, this is the offer they gave me. What do I do? She's like, do you say no to that? I'm like, I don't know. Do you? She's like, I don't know. Do you? I'm like, I don't know. Do you? We just went back and forth. And then something happened. She goes, what would they expect of you if you were making $500,000 a year? I said, I'd be working my butt off. I know I'd be in the office at least 10 to 12 hours a day. And then she said, well, what if you put 10 to 12 hours a day into your doTERRA business? Where would you be? I'd be presidential. So then I did the math. When I went back to them and told them, no, I can't take the job, you'd have to pay me $200,000 a month for it to make sense. Now, I got a question for you. If someone came and offered you a $500,000 a year salary, would you have the guts? Do you respect the business of the doTERRA opportunity enough to say, no, I'm about a bigger cause than this? No, it's not worth my time, because even if it took me 10 years to build that, it's still like someone putting $229,000 a month into my account. Do you believe in the doTERRA opportunity at that level that you would have the guts to say no to that offer? And if you think to yourself, no, that's the reason I'll have that, and you may not. You have to respect it. Respect what doTERRA is offering you. People who treat it like it's a multi-million-dollar opportunity get paid like it's a multi-million-dollar opportunity. But it's completely up to you. Diamond absolutely is a choice. You ever seen the movie The Matrix? He offers Neo the choice. You can take this pill and see life in a whole new way, in its real form, or you can stay in the way you've been thinking about it your whole life. Which do you prefer? I feel like what doTERRA is going around and doing is it's offering a choice. You can choose the buckets, or you can choose a pipeline. Your choice. Which do you choose? Diamonds choose diamond more than a comfort zone. You can choose your comfort zone, or you can choose diamond, but you can't have both. You can also choose your excuses, or you can choose diamond. Now, our excuses are amazing. They are so good, we actually believe them. They're really good. We all have our excuses. And when it comes to the comfort zone, let me just point this out to you. If this is your goal, if you decide that your greater cause and higher purpose is that, and your comfort zone is that, you have two choices. You can expand your comfort zone to diamond, or you can shrink your goals to your comfort zone. It's one or the other. Okay, now how to do it. So when people say, okay, I'm choosing diamond, how do I do it? Well, there's something called the 631 success schedule, and I'm going to go into it, but I'm going to go fast. So what this is 6 daily questions, 3 weekly objectives, and 1 monthly event. That's the 631 schedule. That's how you become successful in this. This is how Rosie and Adam are going to be diamonds. This is why Roger Deuce is a platinum, right? How do you say your name? Emmanuel. Just as it sounds. That's right. I didn't know if it was going to be a Louisiana thing. So, but when I was when Roger and Emmanuel were in Salt Lake, they both had their 631 notebook with them. And I thought, and they were dutifully filling that out. I'm like, well, those are diamonds. The rank is catching up to them, but they're acting like diamonds. So, what is it? There's 3 weekly objectives. These are things you want to get accomplished every week. Number 1, you want to attend your team calls. I know that they happen. Make sure that you're on those team calls. Number 2, you want to talk to your mentor and set goals. Who are your mentors? They're the people on your team that are supporting you, helping you. Each week you should be checking in with them. And number 3 is you teach 2 to 5 people a class. No less than 2, but you can teach more than 5 if you want. But if you are teaching 2 to 5, you're going at a pace that will create a diamond. And then you want to attend a monthly sales or a monthly training, which is like this event here. Now, let's go over the 6 daily questions. First one, who will I invite to a class or a one-on-one? Every day, ask yourself this question. Who will I invite to a class or a one-on-one? If you're afraid of doing it, just remember the 3-door method. The 3-door method is the person has to first learn before they use, and they use and they share. If you are afraid to give someone a call and ask them to actually come and learn about something, it's because you're concerned about doors 2 and 3. Have any of you actually ever said, I would call this person, but they don't have enough money to buy the oils? Has that ever come into your mind?
Yeah.
Which door are you thinking about? Door 2. You don't think they can use it because they can't afford it, so you don't call them. Is the person that doesn't have money, can they come and learn?
Yeah.
They can still come and learn. Have any of you not called somebody because you thought they already make a lot of money, they wouldn't be interested in doTERRA?
Yeah.
Which door are you thinking about? Door 3. They're not going to be interested in sharing with others. They already make enough money. Have any of you not called somebody because you thought they hate network marketing, there's no way they listen to this? You're thinking about door 3. You're concerned about their interest in the opportunity. Just go back to this. Who would be willing to learn how to take care of their family naturally? Focus on door number 1. Okay, what to say? There's a script. Take a picture. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Oops. There you go. I have 10 minutes, right? Are you sure I have 10 minutes, or are you giving me more time?
I'm giving you a little bit more.
I'm going to go faster. Okay. Question number 2. Who has attended a class that I will follow up with? Who has attended a class that I will follow up with? Ask this question every day. Fill in the answers. Then go talk to them. What do I say? Here's an example of what you say. What did you like most about the class? Which kid interests you the most? Would you like to set up a wholesale account? Those are just 3 simple questions that can help you get someone to walk through door number 2, use the products, enroll in doTERRA, and start using the product. Question number 3. Who has enrolled that needs a membership overview? Who's enrolled that needs a membership overview? Rod is going to cover this later, but basically after a person commits to use the product, ask them when would be a time that you can get with them and show them how to take advantage of their membership. This is simply customer support, and it's the next step. That leads to a membership overview, which Rod will cover later on. Question number 4. Who is using the products that needs a business overview? Who's using the product that needs a business overview? This is something that Rod will I've already discussed, excuse me. In the business overview, we talked to him about the buckets of pipelines. We described why the opportunity is so powerful. And remember who has the cookie. Now let's say that you have the world's greatest cookie in your hand. The best one, which happens to be that cookie right there. You may not know this because it's a Girl Scout thing. You guys have Girl Scouts? Okay, well let me tell you the beauty. This might be the greatest thing about America in its totality. The Girl Scouts of America, they come around and they sell us cookies once a year. And the greatest cookie in the history of the Girl Scouts and potentially the world is that cookie right there. It's amazing. It tastes so freaking good. If you've never had it, I feel sorry for you. You're missing out on one of the greatest blessings known to mankind. It is that good. Now let's say that I had that cookie. The best cookie in the world. And I kid you, what's your name?
Sinead.
Sinead?
Yeah.
I like that.
Thank you.
So, it's like Sinead O'Connor.
I understand that.
Oh my God. That's amazing. I almost fell over. Okay, so. Your name is Sinead O'Connor?
Yes.
I'm a big fan, even though you're not the same person, I'm still a big fan. I know. I know. Like, at some point, people are going to be like, wait, Sinead O'Connor, oh, you're not the presidential candidate? Never mind. Oh, you're the singer, not the president? Yeah, never mind, I don't want to. Okay, so, Sinead O'Connor. I have the best cookie in the world. Would you like a bite?
Sure.
Cool. What's your name? Eva? Would you like a bite of the greatest cookie in the world? Yes? What's your name? Tell me now. Trudy, would you like a bite?
Keep your cookie. I'm playing
Okay.
with cookies.
No? Okay. No thanks. Right? Now let me tell you how this normally works. When people are calling about the business opportunity, they'll call people up and they'll be like, hey, can I have a bite of your cookie? I know you have only a little bit left. Can I have what's left of it? When it comes to the opportunity, who holds the cookie? You do. It's simply a position of posture. Who is offering who something? If you think they're doing you a favor, you're not understanding this. This is how I look at it. I'm going to be a presidential diamond. In order for me to hit presidential diamond, I have to help 6 people become platinum. I'll never quit until I get it. I will work forever until I reach presidential diamond. Who's offering who a cookie? I'm going to help 6 people become platinum or more. Who's offering who the cookie? I'm offering them an opportunity. See what I mean? I hold the cookie. The importance of the business opportunity is recognizing who is offering who what. Question number 5, who's building the business that I will support? I just have some pictures of some bamboo trees here to just talk a little bit, and I think Adam will actually cover this, and that is this. The bamboo tree, when you plant that in the ground, it takes 5 years of watering before the bamboo tree will actually break through the ground. 5 years of constant watering and support for the bamboo tree to break through the ground. If at any point in those 5 years the watering stops, the nut will die in the ground. But if it's watered consistently over a 5-year period of time, it'll break through the ground and will grow 90 feet in 60 days. My point is that in doTERRA, there are people that I feel like I've been watering for years. Because I know what will happen when they decide. Question 6, what will I read, watch, or listen to that will help me develop as a leader? Look, leaders are readers. You have to read, watch, or listen to things that are going to help you develop into something better than you are now. Diamond will actually require for you to become the best version of yourself. So start becoming the best version of yourself. If you don't know how, start reading. These 3 books are phenomenal. I'd start there, but there are other books you can read. Okay, this is my Daily Edge notebook right here. There's the 6 daily questions. You'll notice that on this particular day, I wrote down 3 names for question 1, 3 names for question 2, 1 here, and then 5 here. When you first get started, you will have no names down here. They'll all be right here. Then eventually, people that you talk to and invite will come to classes that you need to follow up with. Eventually, those people need member overviews. Eventually, those people need business overviews. And then eventually, you're mentoring them to succeed in the business. Does that make sense? But here's the cool thing. If every day, this is my guarantee to you, you fill this out, take 5 minutes every morning, or 5 minutes at night before you go to bed, and then you have your schedule for the next day. See how I checked this? So I intended to talk to 3 people, but I only talked to 1. I reached all 3 of them, right? So you can see every person that I reached, I did a check mark. If you check the box 5 times a day, You do that for a year, you'll be done. Now, when I say that, people go, well, then why aren't more people diamond? I don't know. You tell me. It's not that hard. It's just being consistent. There are 6 daily questions. Now, if they become 6 every third day questions, then you need to talk to more than 5 people a day. Get it? All right. Diamond is a declaration. This is a picture of the Declaration of Independence for the United States. Just so you know, there may not be a lot of people that understand this history, but every year at the 4th of July, the U.S. shoots off fireworks everywhere. And we're all like celebrating our independence from Britain. And it's a big deal. It's probably one of my favorite holidays. Barbecues, it's phenomenal. We celebrate like crazy that day. Here's the funny thing. We do not celebrate the day that we won our independence from Britain. We celebrate the day that we declared it. The day that we said we would. The 4th of July of 1776 is the day that the United States declared that they were free. It said that they were, in this case, diamond. They didn't win their independence until 1793. And we don't even know, most of us don't even know that. But we celebrate the day we declared it. You all understand what it takes to be diamond. You understand the value of a pipeline. I've shown you all of that. Now it's up to you to declare yourself a diamond. You say it. Get used to saying it. Let everybody else know it. I'm going to be a diamond in this company. In fact, I am so certain of it, I am one today. And my rank is catching up to me. You have to declare it. There's some power in declaration. And as I am declaring now, that by the end of this month, because Adam and Rosie are going to be diamond this month, I will be president of that. It's going to be glorious. Let me tell you, I'm looking forward to next month's 15th check. Just say that. Be excited. All right, now, okay. Last thing I want to talk about is the culture and spirit of the work that you start. In your team, when you think about the business, it's important to be about the business. It's important that you cannot just hit rank on accident. You have to be on purpose, right? There is a spirit with which you go about the work. I was talking to Adam last night over dinner with me and Rod. Adam and Rosie are operating at a much higher level. Like they are almost, I cannot describe the level at which they're working at. They're phenomenal in their level of commitment right now. And it's mainly the mindset shift that's happened. Something's changed in them, which is why they're becoming diamond, which is why I said it's more about how you think than what you do. But let me just tell you that if you go about the 631 schedule, and it's all about business, 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 and that's your mindset, it'll impact you negatively. In the hymnal at church, I was reading through the hymnal, and there was a song in there. I read the words to the song, and I thought, that's how you build a doTERRA business. That's actually the key to it. And so I just want to share with you, can I sing for you a song? I'm kidding, I don't sing. But I do want to quote to you the words of the song, and just listen to these words, because the words will tell you how to build this business. Okay, ready? Have I done any good in the world today? Have I helped anyone in need? Have I cheered up the sad or made someone feel glad? If not, I have failed indeed. Has anyone's burden been lighter today because I was willing to share? Have the sick and the weary been helped on their way? When they needed my help, was I there? There are chances for work all around just now. Opportunities right in our way. Do not let them pass by, saying sometime I'll try. But go and do something today. Go and do it. Do it with the right spirit. Love ya. We'll talk to you later.